Hello and welcome everyone to Ukrainian Blockchain Hub. I am Maria Wojciak and today my guest is Brad Kemp, co-founder of the company Unstoppable Domains. So Brad, hi. Nice to have you here.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So please explain what does your company Unstoppable Domains, what kind of services does it provide?
So we build domains on blockchains. So we are a registry business similar to VeriSign, which owns .com, except that we build our domain name systems on blockchains. So they are not part of the traditional DNS internet. They are an entirely separate system.
Please explain more, dwell on the notion of blockchain domain.
Yeah, so blockchain domains do two things that regular domains cannot do. The first is to be your cryptocurrency payment gateway, to replace all of your crypto addresses with this one domain. So you can have your Bitcoin address, your Ethereum address, your Litecoin address. You can have 50, 100 different currency addresses all associated with this one domain. You don't need to tell me your addresses anymore. Just tell me that one domain. I can type it into the send field in a cryptocurrency wallet and I can pay you. And so I don't even need to know which currency you want to receive because your domain has already been configured by you with the currencies that you accept. So that's the first. The second is that you can use the domain to build an uncensorable website. And the way this works is the domain is an asset on the blockchain. It's similar to an NFT, like a gaming token or something like that. It's like a non-fungible token, what it's called. So you can move it around, but you control it inside of your wallet with your private key, just like a currency, just like a cryptocurrency. And you can build a website on IPFS or another decentralized hosting service. And the combination of these two things means you have a website that only you can put up and only you can put down and only you can take down. So no company, no government, no unstoppable domains. No one can take this website down or take the domain away from you. And so these are tools for global free speech.
Okay, you have chosen for this Zilliqa blockchain. Why Zilliqa, or is there any other option?
So which blockchain you choose, in our case, is really more a developer consideration. It's not really a consumer consideration. And the reason why is because you can attach any cryptocurrency address to this one domain. Doesn't really matter what blockchain it's on, because you're actually writing your addresses to the blockchain itself, and then we're using the blockchain as a public record to read it. So any smart contract blockchain would work for the purpose that we chose. But we chose Zilliqa because they have extremely low fees and they have extremely high transaction capacity. But we'll build on other blockchains as well. So we're not blockchain biased. We're not partisans. We don't actually care. We're just building on whatever tools we think are going to deliver the best experience to our users.
Okay, you have expanded your business and now you have opened an office in Kyiv. Why Ukraine?
Yeah, so we have an office in San Francisco, we have an office in Kyiv, we also have a lot of team members remote. And the reason why Kyiv is because it is one of the best startup cities in the world. I think San Francisco and Kyiv are two of the best in the world. And
by the way, now we have Kyiv Blockchain Week, if anybody is interested.
And previously, I co-founded another company called Talkable, where our CTO was based in Kyiv and built a team here. And over the past 7 years, that company has scaled up a pretty big
7
office.
years.
Yes, 7 years. And that company has scaled up a pretty big office in Kyiv. It's now 50 people. So I've been coming here for 5 years. This is, I think, maybe my 10th time in the city. And I think it's an amazing place to start and build a company. And I always planned that my next company, I would also build it here. And I think that would be true for next company after this as well.
Talking about domains on blockchain, in Ukraine there is a project called Emercoin, which offers DNS on blockchain since 2013. Have you learned your rival, and what kind of service you can offer which might be better or not?
Yeah, so Emercoin, there's also another one called Namecoin. I think all of these projects were at least partially inspiration for what we're doing. I think the thing that has shifted over the past few years is that now we have smart contract blockchains like Ethereum, which make it extremely easy to build applications like domain name registries and then be able to plug those in very easily with other applications. So the beautiful thing about smart contract blockchains is it's very easy for other applications to read the smart contracts, interact with the smart contracts, and do things. So it's very easy for thousands of apps to use our domain name system. It's not quite as easy if you're talking about a separate blockchain that is not a smart contract platform. And that's what most of the projects were like before, say, 2016.
I see. And still, again, talking about uncensored websites. You are going to be a DNS registrar. Will it be regulated by the Internet Corporation for site names and numbers? And what will happen then?
It will not be. This is an entirely separate system. It is not part of ICANN. It is not part of the traditional DNS in any way. We can just launch on a blockchain, and what we're basically doing is we looked at the current internet and how it works and determined that it is centralized. It is leading us as the human race in general down a path towards authoritarianism and control by governments, and that it should be ignored. And so we're building an entirely separate system that does not use DNS resolvers. All that's happening is you're putting a record on the blockchain associated with your domain saying, here's where my content is, and then applications can go and read that record. And because it's a public open blockchain, any application can go and read that record. So it's extremely hard to censor it.
I see. Tomorrow we are having a blockchain conference. Are you a speaker there? And what will you be talking there?
I'm not a speaker there. I was a little bit late to the party around Blockchain Week. Blockchain Week in Kiev. I think I became aware that it was happening maybe 3 weeks ago, and very soon after booked my ticket and started planning. So we're going to be sponsoring the Hackathon on Saturday. So we're very excited.
Please make an announcement.
Yes, so we will be sponsoring the hackathon on Saturday. We will have a little contest around who can build the best application using NFTs, and we'll be giving away, I think, a pretty large prize. I think it's $1,500, something like that. But for any Ethereum,
$1,500. I see.
But for any Ethereum developers out there, even if you're not planning on going on Saturday, please, even if you're not planning on participating in the hackathon, please come by and say hi. We would love to talk to you. We're trying to build out our blockchain development team in Kiev.
I would love to go and see what will happen there. So tomorrow, as I mentioned before, we are having blockchain conference. We will see you there. I am Maria Volchuk. I was glad to interview today Brad Kemp, co-founder of Talkable Domains. See you next time, and thanks for watching.